Alrighty. Snowshiro. It is, one of the bases for Snowcore, and it's something that we struggle with immensely. My goal in this video is to explain how to defend the base, what decisions to make, and as a player and a leader, be valuable to the team. So, we're going to go phase by phase, point out all the positions, all the callouts, and then we'll go over how the raiders play, how the defenders play, and how counterplay works on each phase. First, I will go move. There, it's raiders. I will move the payload as we go through. So, raiders, I'll fly myself to make it easy. Raiders spawn up there. Defenders spawn where we spawned when the video started. And this is the train. While the train's in motion, one person has to be on this chair or else it doesn't move. You can see if someone's on the chair because at the top of your screen, you will see a red thing, like a red line going up. If I get off the chair, it goes gray. It is not moving. Keep on the chair and it will keep moving. The defender's job is to take the player off of the chair at all costs. For this first phase, we make one drop, and I will explain that drop right now. So, let's talk about the train while we have a second. The raiders spawn in the train, and they spawn right here. Then they run like this through. These doors open when the train is in phases, but otherwise they're closed, and they run to here. There are vent drops along all these black areas on the roof. The defenders will use these to drop in. As a raider, or as a defender, we will make one push where they will all get in their train. We will rally on this door. We will run through like this. We will come up here while the train is still around here. And we will make one single drop. From here, we will full team rally. Everyone will drop in, and we will focus the guy on this chair. When he dies, we will try and kill the next one, and then we'll all die, and we'll go to the first phase. Now let's talk about phase one. Let's start moving this too while I'm talking about it. So phase one and phase two are both 5-minute terminals. Phase three is a 10-minute terminal. There are 3 phases. In addition, there are train phases. Phase 1.5 and 2.5 is what I call them. And they connect the phases together, and they're not about defenders winning in those phases. It's near impossible too. But it is possible for defenders to take time away from the raiders. So as you can see, the raiders got the train here. Now the door is open. They can run through and capture the terminal. This is the terminal, for all of you who are wondering. Now let's talk about this terminal real quick. You see, I got off it and it kept capping. There is death capping, and there is extra seconds after this conversation, after you jump off. So right, I'm capping, I get off, it's still moving. Now, as a defender, you can capture the point from anywhere. I can sit right in this corner like this, in the absolute most cover possible, and capture the point. I can also sit right here and capture the point. I can sit anywhere and capture the point. Now, if I were to capture the point as a defender, it pauses. You see it's at 4:52, it pauses. I get off of it, it starts going again. So that is the capture points. Now let's talk about how we set up as a defender, how we play this, right? Very, very simple. There are flank routes. This is the defender spawn, obviously. Two defenders will come this way, so they'll come this way, and they will play for the flank. They will be assigned at the start of the raid. There are 9 defenders. 2 of them will be playing for flank. There are 2 options here. Number 1 is this route. If you drop straight on top of the train. However, there is a better route. You can do this. It's a little bit of an obby jump. Run over here, and then you can get onto the train anywhere. And objectively, the most powerful spot to play the train is right here, because you can shoot. You have cover from this side in case the raiders are sitting on that side of the train, and you can shoot guys that are on terminal. It's a very, very powerful system. The other option is to continue down the vent and drop in either this vent right here, or there's one just across the... There we go. There's one just across the hallway. That is the flanker's job, and their job and the raiders, what they'll do is when they have the cap, will sit right here. They will shoot back at our balconies. You know, that's right balc for us if you're looking from a defender's perspective. Right balc, left balc. We want to make sure we are shooting, and they will be shooting at us. So that's the job of flankers. Everyone else will go terminal. 5 of us will get on this balc on the right side, and our job will be to slam, and the raiders all hold right here. They always hold right here. So they will be sitting right here under this balcony, and our job is to clear them and try and jump on cap and get the pause. Or try and capture it by hiding in this corner and healing. Then there will be 2 players right over here. They will be also shooting. They can also drop and have a little bit more time to get damage because they can kind of get to like right here and just do a lot of damage. Also, sometimes raiders will play a player right here. And this guy can be a serious detriment to defenders because he can shoot us as we're dropping, and we would never shoot him. So, if there's a guy there, this left balc team, their #1 priority is going to be to drop and clear him. Now, let's talk about the guns and the mediguns real quick before we move on to strategies for this phase. The guns are pea shooters. They do 12 damage wherever you shoot. The mediguns do about 3 to 4 heals wherever you heal. You will out-heal a gun more often than not. A pocket on a player will always out-heal damage. 2 pockets will out-heal 3 guns. It's a little bit ridiculous. Also, the guns don't shoot that fast. They're very slow guns. Slow firing. Now, the raiders are going to sit, as I said, under this balcony. The defender's job is to drop on them, try and kill as many as we can, and get on turn. While we're doing that, we also need to mix in capturing, and trying to capture, or at least getting pauses. If we have flankers that clear the train, because raiders will send like 3 to 4 guys to sit here and shoot us when we do this, then, then you will go this way on this little catwalk. You'll jump on turn and you'll hide from the raiders, and you can sometimes sneak off a cap before they even know what's happening. If there's people here, they have to get pushed out. And that is phase 1. It is the most simple phase. There's very little that's going on. This spot's pretty useless. It's maybe nice for the first hold, but they'll just push you out, so I don't recommend playing here. Flankers play on the train. Everyone else on the balconies shoot at the capture point. Remember, it has those like 3 seconds. It has like half a second at the end where the terminal still captures. So we want to make sure we're killing these guys before they can finish it, or else they can just get it even when they die. It's kind of got a death cap system. Alrighty, phase 2. Phase 2 is very simple. The train comes here. There's a guy sitting on this chair. They stay on the chair. The defenders spawn up there, and I will zoom out and you'll be able to see there is just an area where the defenders spawn. If I were to, I can't really keep this train going while I wait, but basically there are, well, here, maybe I can, does this work? It does. Okay, train's gonna keep moving while I'm no-clipped. This is great. So anyway, you see these blue pads? That's where the defenders spawn. Defenders will be pushing like this. They'll hit these blue pads because it makes you go super fast, and we will do team drops through this vent back on to the hold on, we're struggling. Okay, anyway, we'll do team drops like this onto the chair. They're very, very simple. Works the same time every time. And basically the train will inevitably come right under our spawn. Our goal is to kill these people as much as possible so that we don't have a problem where we are getting fought and we do not have, you know, and they have the train while we're fighting, because then it's kind of screwed. The goal of this is to get 5 minutes from that door to that door. That is what we have to do. Getting 5 minutes is all that we need to do to succeed on this phase. But we have to get 5 minutes. If we don't get 5 minutes, we lose this phase almost 100% every single time. I mean, not lose it, but we don't succeed. Usually the first phase is going to take about 7 minutes. The second phase, maybe more, depending on, well, no, you're probably looking at about 8 to 9 first phase. This, you know, phase 1.5, the train phase, we need 5 minutes. So we start with, you know, 50 minutes on this payload, and we should be looking at, can I do quick maths in my head? 9 plus 5, what, 14. So they should be sitting at, I don't know, 30 something. They should be sitting at like 36 going into phase 2. That's our goal, right? So here, now we've hit phase 2. Once that door opens, the defenders, they're going to start spawning in their new spawn over here. Raiders never change their spawn. I guess, first phase they do, but that's really it. So phase 2 is the most Raider-sided and Defender-sided one of phase 1 and 2. Phase 3 is a little more Defender-sided, but phase 2 can be both at the same time, and it's very awkward. So, as we hit this final point where the door is about to open, there we are. Okay, so, and I'll also have no clip, that's why I can zoom through the shit. Alrighty, so anyway, the point is in the middle of the open. There is absolutely no control for a Raider or Defender that the other side doesn't have. So, there's 3 strategies that will be employed, and it all kind of depends on what the defenders do. Defenders will play 3 on this balcony in the normal hold, 3 on this balcony. 2 will play right here to shoot. 2 will play right here to shoot. And 2 will play right here because they can shoot behind the train. Now that system works. It works relatively well. However, there's some problems with it. Obviously, the flanking routes are the exact same. Vent, vent. We'll drop on the terminal. It's all the same. Balconies are different. Points different. This spot right here, what the Raiders will do is they will full team the backside of train, and they will push these 2 players out. Inevitably, because of how the mediguns are better, they will push out these doors. They'll push out this guy, and it will lead to a bit of a confrontation. So once those guys are dead, then they're gonna have to respawn and come back to here. Now we have these 2 guys on both sides. These guys are useless. They're never gonna be them pushing them out doesn't really make sense. They can, but it doesn't really change anything for them because these 2 don't have any access to anything else. This side, this side is where things get complicated. So if they push this thing out, they will take this, they will stack and boost on this crate, and they will jump like this and take our balcony and shoot us. While they're doing that, they can capture the terminal and have no problems. So it's very important that we make sure we are not giving up that left side, because if we do, then they can do that. So we need to be aware of that. The other strategy for Raiders is to send, they have 12 players, right? Send 10 mediguns. You've probably seen a clip of Young Sion screaming. And they try and cap. Remember, there's that last 3 or half a second when they get off, they still cap. They leave 2 guys right here. The 2 guys, when they're all about to die, jump on it and finish it. Because remember, they get that extra half second. If they capture it, if Raiders capture it, it is near impossible for defenders to recap. I don't think I think I've seen it done once, and I've played this space probably 200 times. It does not happen. So, our goal is to hold 1 push. 2 pushes if possible. Anything more than that is house money. All we need to do, and I think there's a couple setups, right? So defenders can obviously do that, 2, 2, 3, 2. I would recommend doing 2 here because these guys likely won't be pushed out, so they'll be able to shoot the whole time. 3 or 5 here, so that gets to 7, and then 2 playing the flank, and they can try and get to right here. So they can wait, basically have them play right here. If they go for turn, they can just drop down and shoot. That's one option. Other option is just running a normal strat. Either way, you need to make sure that you're trying to jump on point once they die, or before they die, so you can stop them from capping. And that is really it. Once they take it, they're gonna stack for your balcony. They're gonna shoot you. They're gonna try and clear you. You just want to have guys on your balcony shooting. It's basically just a kill farm at that point. We shoot, they shoot, and that's really all that happens. We need to make sure they do not touch this thing. There's also a strategy you can run where you can leave a guy right here when they get close. Sometimes you need the bullets, but if you don't, you can jump on here and finish and stop the cap, or cap it before they are able to respawn. So that's an option. Pauses are worth it if you can get them, but they're really hard to get. So wish you luck. That's phase 2. Phase 2 is super simple. There's a point in the middle of the open. Defenders and raiders have to go for it. Defenders need to shoot. Raiders need to heal. One side takes it. Once raiders have it, it's over. And that's it. They may play... what's it called? The raiders will probably have like 5 or 6 playing here. They'll probably have like 4 here, 5 here. Maybe like one guy, you know, sitting right here just watching for the term cap. It's kind of like that. That's phase 2. It's very simple. Now we go into the second one of these. We have hit phase 3. We are coming into the final station of Snowshiro. So phase 3 is a really interesting phase because it's inherently defender-sided, but raiders, it's kind of like a Maersk phase 2 reactor in that if the defenders decide to troll and get all the raiders into terminal, then it's really hard to retake. So, let's talk about defending. Phase 3. Now, the raiders are going to come out of the train. They're going to run like this. They're going to jump down here, get under the train, and they are going to push like this. They're going to come over here under this barrier, over like this, follow the little, you know, the gray brick road, run to here. Right here they can get shot at by our balcony team. They will get right over here. They will go on top of this. They will boost up, and they will push up this ramp where it will lead to, I'll explain that in a sec, to the raider balcony, which is right here. They will drop off of the raider balcony. They will run to terminal, which is right over here. They will set up the majority of their players right here and right here on these crates. They will set up a player or two probably around, set up like 2 or 3 on these crates. The back crates, they're called back crates, or the raider terminal crates. And they will capture the point right here so that they cannot be shot at from main balcony. That's the raider perspective. If they die, they will have their players, instead of going all the way that way, they will have them basically start like this, run over here, up this ladder, or ramp, through this door, and come to bottom raider. And they will sit right here, and they will shoot at the defender balcony, which is right over there, at the red room, which is right over there, and at the defender crates, which are right over there. Once, if we are to drop or to die, they will full team, everyone that's rallied there, they will push, like so, reinforce, and they will set up a second hold, like I just showed. Let's talk about the defender perspective. So, defenders off spawn will send 8 or 9 to this balcony. They will try and shoot people there. They will try and shoot people here. They will make sure we are shooting down there and try and get a couple kills. The goal is to kill as many as possible off spawn so they cannot rally their full team on that corner. Another option is, if you want to be cheeky with it, send probably your best player right here. And they can do a ton of damage in these pushes because they have to heal to make it through. And we can, you know, and they can cause chaos. But it's only if someone you trust and you know that they won't go back there after the first attempt. Once they get over there and they start making this push, there are 2 options. You either full team rally right here. When they hit, like, you know, right there on the ramp, you shoot and try and kill as many as you can. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. The other option is to stay on balcony and send one guy to the defender balcony, which is right here, and maybe 2, and you can shoot them as they run term if they were to do that. They may, if you do not peek them there, push you out in main balc, and in that case, you just need to try and get as many as possible. Or your other option is falling back and trying to make them push you, in which you have an opportunity to have an advantage. So that's the first push. After that, we set up in a very simple way. 3 players play on this balcony. You need 3 microphones on the space. Let's first preface that before I even explain the setup. You need 1 player on the sky balcony. This is called sky balcony or main balcony, whatever you want to call it. Everyone knows what it is. It's all the same thing. Main balcony, sky balcony. You play 1 microphone on the defender balcony, and you play 1 microphone at terminal as in the red room. 3 microphones. If you are a leader and you are taking a team, 3 microphones. You must, or you will lose. Okay? Of these 3, You will send 3 players to main balk. They will off spawn. They will make sure no one's reinforcing. And their chief concern is if anyone gets to those crates, they need to die. And if they peek, they need to die. And they can also shoot the guys running through and reinforcing. So we need to make sure they don't die. Next, we will play 2 players on the raider balcony. Their job is to shoot anyone who over peeks inside of term. They also may be responsible for killing anyone who plays down here. Or, if we can kill those guys down there, playing for a flank, which allows us to take control of terminal and shoot them in the back. You will play 1 player, maybe 2, depending on the positioning, but usually only 1, right here. And then you will play 2 over here in the red room. And the way you get to the red room real quick, we spawn obviously, right here. You just run this way. Never take this door, it's useless. Run this way, through here. You can either take that door or this door. This door will allow you to get to these crates. That door will allow you to get to this crate. So this is the defender terminal crate. You want to hide behind this thing before you go for the cap. These are the defender, defender side crates, and you can kind of shoot people, but they're also kind of, you need to use them early. And if a raider gets here, it's kind of over for defenders, because a raider can sit right here, not get shot at by anywhere else, or even right here. The only place they can really sit is right here and not get shot. But if we can't go capture term because they'll just kill us if we peek right there. So it's really, really difficult. You cannot let a raider get to here. Defenders capturing, very simple. You get 2 guys on this thing, you full medi charge. You see I have 50 out of 50 down here? That's what you want. Rally, 3, 2, 1, push, heal. Full reload your medigun. Also, I wouldn't sit on the wall. I'd stick right next to it, because if I stick in the wall, they can see my gun and shoot me. Full reload your medigun. Okay, now I'm going to have my full team on that main balk. Shoot at these guys right here so they can't kill me. And then we're going to hug the right, go left, and then we're going to sit right here where they cannot shoot us, and we're going to capture the point. Very simple. You'll have to probably make that push 4 or 5 times to cap. The recap's 3 seconds per second, so it's pretty valuable. And that is your initial setup. Now let's talk about reinforcements, all that. So the defender guy's job is to, 1, shoot anyone over here, anyone on those crates. He can shoot the back crates as well. The raiders, what they will often do is they will be on these crates, these 3 people, 2 or 3. If these guys die, you can cap. If these guys are alive, you physically cannot capture the point. It is impossible. So what they will do is they will cross out here, and they will shoot back at you guys on term, and that guy can kill them usually. In addition, you can have people on this main balk. They can shoot back at those crates. They can shoot guys capturing term, all that fun jazz. And the guys on raider can also shoot term, but they can also flank. Your goal is to have enough on raider, at least 1 on defender, 3 here, and 2 on red that can basically prevent them from ever recapping. If you run into a situation where you do not have the control of any specific position, and you need to find a way to control term, it comes down to 3 things. Number 1, making these red pushes is worth it. You should just do it constantly, because at some point someone's going to overpeak to kill these guys, or at least they're going to make it successfully to right here, and then successfully to right here, and be at a point where they can capture, or at least cause these people right here to push out, or these people right here who are hiding from the defender guy to push out and try and shoot them. Either way, you can get picks doing that. Your other option is you can rally your team on raider. You can take all your main dog players, rally them on raider, slam into the raider bottom, kill the people that are here. Most of you heal, a couple of you shoot, you kill them, and then you can push the flank if you can win that. And they don't have too many down there. You can push the flank, clear anyone who's in term, and recap that way. The only player you never have move is this player. This player never moves because he can shoot reinforcements. He can call out the off spawns because he can zoom for it, right? He can also call your defender. So real quick, let me explain this side. The exact same thing that you have on raider, you also have on defender. It just doesn't make sense for them to go there. We also have this route, which is an option. But basically, they can come over here and they can go in this thing, or they can come up these stairs and go in this thing. This is all about the sneak, right? If they can get a guy down here and he can sneak without the defender guy knowing, remember I said this is your lose condition. If you let a player get to right here, it is your lose condition. You have officially lost the raid. Until you kill this guy, you are in panic mode. So the defender guy needs to be so vocal and paying attention to everything. They need to pay attention to the ladder, making sure they're not getting pushed. They need to pay attention to the raider ladder, because there's ladders to get up both, and we can't let people take the balconies. They need to pay attention to the ramp, so they don't get flanked. They need to pay attention to the bottom, so they know when this guy's pushing. They also need to pay attention to those crates on turn. They need to pay attention to the raiders reinforcing, everything. This is where your most valuable microphone player needs to be at all times. Another option for retaking term, send 3 guys term. If you send 3, the odds are 1 will die, but you will make it with 2. And then you can kind of create this chaos fight again, which is valuable. One final way, but this doesn't usually work. It only works against bad teams. You can rally your team on Raider. If they only have like 2 there, you can just run past them. They can try and shoot you, but if they peek out too much, they'll die. And then you can flank and try and get some picks. And once you have picks are everything. If you can kill 3 or 4 people, they're going to be afraid to peek, or every time they lose another player, it will be worth like losing 10. Because remember, the guns do no damage. You can usually out-heal 2 or 3 people shooting at you sitting right here. So yeah. Oh, this is a gate. It opens that door. If I were to hit it, they can run right through it. Now, it's not very useful because they can, like, there's no realistic way for them to get into cover, so you can just kill them usually. But if they make it smart, they can get over here, and that's kind of a problem. So don't let that happen. Also, if they sit here, even if they're crouched, you can see their heads. Sometimes, yeah, you can see the back of their head. So shoot them. Never let them take either balk. It's really bad. Play grouped up. Listen to your leader. It's all about coordinated pushes. If you're not going to do something, you need to say it, or we're going to lose every time. And I hope this solves our problem of losing at this base. Good luck.